Thank you so much. And it's an interesting topic which we are going to discuss today about the role of technology in the growth of franchise brands. So before our fourth panelist joins on stage, I would just like to give a minute to each one of you to quickly introduce yourself and your brand. Sarah, I would like to start with you.
Hi, afternoon. Everyone can hear me at the back? So I'm Sarah Cressel, OBE from the King a couple of months ago. We provide creative activities for children in the UK and Canada, excited to launch in India, and it's really engaging active learning through the medium of exciting arts and crafts activities.
Good afternoon, my name is Stephen Strange, not as in the Marvel comic job, but the normal Stephen Strange. We sell gourmet hot dogs under the name of Sausage Saloon. I've been going for 27 years. We have 125 stores in Dubai and Mauritius and South Africa. And our aim is to meet everyone in the world one hot dog at a time.
Sure. Peter?
Hi, I'm Peter Nikolakopoulos, the founder and global CEO of Sports Star Academy. We're from Australia. We have over 400 locations coaching kids throughout Australia, different sports like football, cricket, basketball, tennis, etc. Under the Sports Star Academy banner. Been operating for over 15 years and now excitingly looking at growing internationally into India, UAE and the USA. Thank you.
Sure. So, if I could first start with your foray into the Indian market and what kind of opportunities are you looking for the Indian market? Is it more of a large scale, or are you looking at building franchises at a smaller scale in terms of master franchisees or regional franchisees? What is the growth like?
Should I go?
Yeah.
Sorry, thank you. Yes, so when we opened in Mauritius, we changed our product slightly and added a slightly spicier. So once we'd opened there, we had quite a few calls from India saying, could you please bring that product across? It's a very nice product and it sort of suits our palate. So we started to expand internationally over the last 5 years, and India just seemed a natural. And at the same time, France Global also contacted us. So it just sort of worked hand in hand. So to answer your question, we're looking to expand in groups of 10 stores, master franchises, and move slowly through India with a logistics partner which can cover the whole of India.
Sure. Sarah?
Thank you. We're really responding to the increasing need for children to develop their thinking and problem-solving skills. As many of you know, the Indian culture is phenomenal because you really nurture the talent in children with maths and science, and you have such a hard-working culture. But there is a gap, and that gap is nurturing the creative side of our future generation. So we're excited to partner with organisations that want to support children's whole education. So whether you organise preschools or schools, or you have activity centres, we would love to support you in the great work that you do nurturing children's potential.
Peter, coming to you.
Similar to Sports Star Academy, we partner with schools. So our model is partnering with schools, utilising the facilities in a partnership in a partnership that allows us to get kids active. We provide programs before, during and after school, and also on the weekend. So our main focus is trying to help kids thrive throughout their schooling and developing good human beings. We'd like to see future Olympians come out of Sports Star Academy in India, and just really enhancing the sport for both boys and girls, and starting from a young age, as young as 5, 6, 7, where they're able to develop the crucial skills to hopefully build the confidence to play and participate for the whole life.
Sure. Thanks. So, Peter, starting with you, I mean, what role technology has played in the growth of your franchise brand? Can you share more about that?
Yeah, I think without technology, we wouldn't be able to grow. So probably about 6 years ago, we were using a lot of third-party operators, and then we decided to develop our own Move It platform. That was the big, I suppose, the big game changer for us, being able to have the technology that enables automation, enables customer support. It enables the franchisees to have full transparency of their business. And that's really been the key factor for our growth and being able to go international as well.
Stephen?
Sure. So this morning we heard from the godfather of franchising in India saying that, or Gurav saying that if any brands don't get involved with the tech, they're falling behind. And I completely agree with that, but there's another side to that. So if, as a franchisor, it's our duty to give a franchisee the highest tech available in that industry. But I think it's also our duty to make sure they know how to use it. Because it's all very well getting the tech there, but if you don't use it properly, it's a bit pointless. So we've actually managed to get the point of sale system and the control systems into our stores, but we've also managed to have a training program running behind it, so it's used to its optimum. So we get the full benefit, and so does the franchisee. So without that, we would be a good couple of steps behind.
Sure. Sarah?
Thank you. Again, iterating what these two gentlemen have said. I think there's two parts of business. I like to keep things simple. Gain and retain. So we use technology in gaining customers, supporting our franchise partners to gain customers. And that is from our marketing. People often say, 50% of my marketing is working. But of course, which 50%? So we use our AI and tech to really identify where the lead sources are coming from, and also what type of advertising specifically is generating the conversion. And we use that to feed back to then create audiences of the type of person that is our ideal customer, both for head office, but importantly for our franchise partners. And of course, gaining customers is about onboarding, building trust, and there is definitely a huge value in tech, but I think we should never forget the personal interactions with people, because people do business with people. You know, life's about people. And I think with all of the tech that we use and develop and we need to definitely grow our businesses, we definitely need that in terms of retention and gaining. We want to make sure we are still connecting with people. That we can't always do face-to-face, but it's those relationships. And I think the most important part of life is making people feel special, that they're important to you. We have 62 franchise partners globally, and I would say that they have a strong connection with somebody, if not me, with our head office team. We have their personal details, we use tech, but we also keep that common touch and keep those connections as real as we can.
Sure. Stephen, coming to you, and this question is for each one of you. When you're giving out franchise to India or for any other market per se, technology transfer plays a major role. So have you faced any challenges while, taking forward the technology part to different countries, or they replicating the same in their nations?
So I think, if I get the question right, I think the tech we use can be used in all the different areas we're going into. Look, obviously we have to change certain areas. The logistics obviously change from country to country. Where we've been in South Africa for 27 years, it's important to actually collaborate with your guys, with your tech guys, because I'm saying it can be quite expensive if you don't. So if you're coming into a new country, you need to sort of jump on that bandwagon quite quickly, because there's maintenance, there's training, there's a whole lot of stuff to do with tech, and it's not cheap. I'm saying you've got to pay for your licenses, you've got to do all sorts of things. So the sooner you can get involved in a deeper level with those guys, with the point of sale guys, with the logistics guys, the better. So you can get a collaboration and you can innovate and get going quite a lot quicker.
Sarah, you want to add to that?
Thank you. I think in any situation, success is about listening to others. Every country has its own uniqueness. And I think sometimes we can dive into a tech solution and we might be solving the wrong problem. So I think we need to identify what is the need and what are the solutions, and do the research on what actually is the problem and what solutions are available. And I think that learning comes from listening and ground up feedback, not presuming that we know. It is about understanding and doing market research. And we've seen that certainly in Canada, and just in the short period I've been in India, I've already learned loads of stuff. And I'm excited to learn a lot more and put in the right solutions.
Peter?
Totally agree with that. So there's been some really key learnings here in India as well. But from Sportstar Academy's perspective, partnering with the Move It platform, we're now sort of progressing and now adding AI to the platform. And it has come from obviously key learnings and understanding what customers want and what the franchisees want. But one really cool thing that we are adding to the platform now is being able to personalize training programs for our kids. So they do their programs week to week, but now being able to, using AI in a good way, is being able to give these kids now personalised training programs that they can continue in their spare time, etc. So just enhancing what we're trying to do by getting kids active, getting them off, technology side of things as well at home, but just being able to use things like that that's going to hopefully keep them interested when we don't see them, and in their spare time at home as well.
Thank you for joining. Could you first please give a brief introduction about yourself?
Yeah, hello, sorry I'm late. So yeah, my name is Miguel. I am from the Philippines. Our brand is Miguelitos Ice Cream. We're the ice cream we're giving out avocado and mango ice cream. Yes. So technically, our brand is it's a vegan ice cream. Our ice cream is made from coconut milk, and it's 80% less sugar, sweetened by stevia.
Can you also share the role of technology which it has played in the growth of your brand?
Well, technology can come in a lot of things. Can be the system, can be the recipes. But in terms of our products, I think it's mostly in the R&D and R&D team, where I believe that we developed the only 80% less sugared ice cream and vegan ice cream, and it's also halal ice cream. So it's something that separates us to the other brands. So it's something that we are proud to say that we are the only ice cream in the Philippines, or maybe in the sea region, that has the vegan ice cream, a soft-serve ice cream.
So any new age technology which excites all of you, wherein you think, okay, yes, this is further going to streamline our operations much more across the markets?
So, I'll go ahead. Sure. So, one of the areas where our business has grown in every single country in the last 5 years has been deliveries, the aggregators. 10 years ago in South Africa, it wasn't really a big thing, but it's becoming between 20, 30, and sometimes in Dubai up to 40, 50% of your turnover. And the information we get through AI and through tech, we can actually find out who orders what, when, what time. And it gets down to a situation is, as you said earlier, if you're marketing to the right person. So you don't want to market to someone who's only going to order at 7 if it's at 3. So that information has come through thick and thin, and there's a lot of it. And again, if you use it properly, it's hugely beneficial, and it's been great for us.
Sarah?
Yeah, I think one of the many things I'm excited about, and there's a lot of things I'm excited about, is how we can use technology and AI to give us more feedback, to better understand our customers, and as the Star Sports super guy over there, is to personalize, make everything relevant to that individual, to the individual customer, to that child who's going through our award-winning creative process, so that they can develop, explore, and really unlock their potential. But also understanding what our franchise partners needs, what our schools and preschools needs. So, you know, we're all unique, and I love the idea of making things really relevant and personalized, so that each individual does feel recognized, valued, and part of something that helps them feel, you know, better because they've connected with the creation station.
Stephen?
Another thing that we're excited about at Sportstow Academy using AI is and it's come out very evident today in all the meetings that we've had, is being able to go international now because of translating our curriculum, our sports training, our modules, our manuals, everything that we've done successfully and developed are now able to be translated into any language across the board. So that gives us the confidence to be able to go into new markets and be able to really help the local franchisee hopefully have success, and to be able to go to places that, you know, probably 3-4 years ago we never even thought about. So it's a global market out there for us to conquer, and we're very excited about that.
Yes, I agree. Definitely, AI did change the game in terms of franchising. With our brand, AI really help us in terms of marketing, also in our systems and operation needs. So definitely, it's something that inspire us to want for more, like to reach for more. Yeah, thank you.
So with AI, you think that a lot of operations will gonna get, streamlined, and you would lead lesser human intervention? With AI, do you think there would be less human intervention since a lot of processes will get automated?
Yes, well, definitely. If AI, in terms of operation, if they got that, because in terms of like machines and AIs, right? There's less human mistakes when it comes to technology. If we develop an AI based in terms of like perfecting a craft and operation needs, definitely the growth of the company will aspire more.
Does any of you want to comment on role of AI in your business?
Okay. So I remember, if you go back 20 odd years, when in the restaurants you'd have people going into the fridges and the freezers, taking stock, physically going, counting, physically putting it down on a piece of paper, coming through, placing orders on the telephone, and it was a tedious job, and it took sometimes 2-3 people because your PLUs were huge. Now on my phone I could actually do that for 100 stores, because I'd have all the information coming through, and it's taken away some jobs, but it's made life a lot easier, and a lot more people are employed in different avenues. So that is where it's helped me a lot. I can be in control of a lot more stores on my phone and not having to be there physically.
Sarah?
I think it definitely saves time, but at the moment we still have to put the input in to get the outputs. And certainly what we've seen in our business, it has given us more data and information to make better decisions, but we still have that human relationship, that one-to-one, which I'm hoping AI won't really be able to replace, because I think the future will need entrepreneurs like yourselves. We'll need innovation and creativity more than ever. Apparently we'll have more leisure time, so what are we going to do? Maybe we'll be down the Weatherspoons being creative, who knows? But I do think that human interaction, we learned it from COVID, didn't we? Life is not the same unless we interact. And I'm hoping AI will free up that time to give us a bit more time for those personal interactions.
Peter, you want to add?
Yeah, totally agree. I think if we look at AI giving people, 15 to 30% more effectiveness, you multiply that over your businesses by 100, there's going to be some great results that come from it. So AI is just really hopefully going to give all of us an effective result that we need, but never take away the human touch. Like we said, we've experienced that, and in the sports world, being a coach and being able to get kids active, taking that away with a robot, hopefully never. I do think that kids need connection, collaboration, all these key things that help them become who they're going to become in the future with these things. So I think a good combination from both.
Sure. And before I throw open the floor for questions, one last question for each one of you. I mean, in today's day and age, I mean, when technology is ruling a lot of data and everything, and when you're present across different markets, there's a lot of data privacy and a lot of hacks which are happening. So how are you ensuring that your data doesn't get leaked? What steps are you taking to ensure the same? I'm talking about data privacy. When your brand is present across markets, so how are you ensuring there's no data leakage as such?
Okay, great question. So it's actually come up quite a few times because we're having mails flying around to everyone, and all the recipes are on there, and so on and so forth. So again, like I mentioned earlier, it can be quite a costly exercise when you get involved in the point of sale systems with all the recipes having to be there to get your gross profits right. We've employed the right point of sale partner who are able to give us a lock on it, and only certain people can go in there with the gatekeeper with the key. So it's a good question because it's open to who's actually using the information and how do you stop other people using it and so on. So it's an ongoing privacy thing. It's not just a quick shut. You've got to keep going at it. Yeah, because there's always ways and means to do everything. So you've got to keep going at it.
Sarah?
This is really important. Personal data. We nurture children's potential. Children's data is so important. That protection. Certainly in the UK, we have very strict rules around data protection. And I think it is so critical because people are putting their trust in us. And so using really good systems, technology, is about making sure individuals are kept safe in all elements, and not just from a data point of view, but from a protection point of view. For instance, we work with lots of trainers and teachers, making sure we've got the right policies and procedures in place to check the safety and compliance with all of the legals. Some of the legal positions in India aren't as strict as they are in the UK. And we want to make sure that we are compliant with the creation station standards wherever we are in the world. So again, data protection is very high, along with health and safety.
Similar in Australia, it's a very regulated franchise system, probably the most regulated in the world, I've been told. But we, as I mentioned before, we have invested heavily in the Move It platform, and that was purely to centralise everything, to go away from third-party operators where it was sort of, it was enabling things to go wrong, potentially go wrong. They never did, but that has given us the security to move forward, having it all under the platform. And also with our AI, we've gone for an enterprise solution, which means it's closed loop. It's only for the Sportstar Academy brand, so it's not open to everyone. That way we're protecting everything that we've been developing and keeping it for the Sportstar Academy family only as well.
In terms of data privacy, well, do I agree that it has to be private, right? This information doesn't have to be shared. That's why I think we created franchise agreements and contracts to keep it safe, because these data is, it's a no-no. eyes in the public. So that's why I think the best way is just to enforce strictness in terms of our contracts. Of course, there are things that we can still consider, like storing it in a database that where it's kept hidden to the eyes of the public.
So on that note, we conclude this session. And in case there are any questions in the audience, please raise your hand in case you want to ask anything to our panelists.
Anything? Any questions?
Okay, so you can connect with all of them at their booths and talk to them more about their interesting concepts. Thank you so much, our panelists, for joining us today.